Good morning students. Welcome to physics class of class 8th. We were dealing with chapter 8, that is friction. This is a part 2 video class. In our part 1 video class, we have seen that frictional force acts opposite to the applied force, and frictional force is responsible for any moving object to come to rest. And if friction is overcome, then only you can move any object or you can push anything easily. Now in this video we will see friction as a necessary evil. Friction as a necessary evil. That means friction is an evil and it is a necessary evil. Means if there is no friction, you would have not hold the glass tumbler tightly in your hand. For example, now you are drinking a cup of glass milk with a glass tumbler. You might have observed there in the glass tumbler there will be lines made, grooves made, so that you will have a proper grip of the glass tumbler. Or you can see the earthen pot. You can hold an earthen pot very comfortably than holding any vessel which is very smooth. So to hold that vessel comfortably, you need little frictional force. Surface should to be very little bit rough. That means friction is a necessary evil. Why? Because we are able to walk on a rough surface comfortably than on a slippery smooth surface, because there is no friction there. If there is frictional force acting, then only you can walk comfortably. So we can say it is a necessary evil. Now, how friction is considered as an evil? Why friction is considered as an evil is because due to friction there will be wear and tear. Wear and tear in the sense, you have observed when you are walking with your new slippers after a while or for a longer period, when you see the sole of your chappals or the sandals, you can see the sole has been worn out. Why that is happening? Because of the friction. And also you will see the tires of vehicles also gets worn out. So, and also the ball bearings of the machine, whatever moving parts, the moving parts of any machinery or any this will get wear and tear because of friction. So that is, it is an evil. Friction is an evil. To overcome friction, we need to apply some lubricants. And also friction produces heat. How friction produces heat? When we rub our two palms vigorously against each other, heat is developed. You can feel it by holding it on your cheeks. So how heat has been produced here? Due to the friction of your two palms. The friction of your two palms will generate heat. So friction produces heat. And also you know, if you need to light a matchstick, then you strike the matchstick with against the box with the matchstick. Then you will observe there at the side of your matchbox there will be phosphorus layer applied and it will be rough in surface, and it will help for the matchstick to strike. When you strike it, due to friction heat is produced and that heat will help to catch fire. So friction produces heat. And also you might have observed any electrical devices like fans or moving objects, or your mixie jar, your mother using the mixie in her kitchen to grind or to make a paste of anything. Then when she run the mixie for a while, you can see, when you feel it from outer surface, you can see that it has produced heat. That heat is being produced because of friction. So friction produces heat, and rubbing of palm and striking of a matchbox is also an example. So friction is an evil, but it is a necessary evil. The wear and tear that is taking place, the ball bearings which gets worn out, the machinery parts which get worn out due to continuous motion and due to friction, that is all because of the frictional force acting, and so it is an evil. Now let us see, in some cases we need to increase and reduce friction. We need to increase friction and we need to reduce friction. Now let us consider in which case we need to increase friction. Increasing friction is necessary in some cases as follows. Now once again children, have you observed the sole of your shoes or your chappals, they are grooved. When you visit a shoe mart, you prefer that type of shoe which is having a sole properly grooved. Why? Because you know a good grooved shoes will have a proper grip. So grooved sole of a shoe, grooved sole of chappals will help you to walk comfortably on the ground because they increase friction. And also children, you might have observed the tires of vehicles, tractors, you might have seen the tires of tractors. They are huge in size and they are well grooved so that they will get a proper grip when they till in the wet fields. So that otherwise, if the tires of the tractor tilling in a wet field, ploughing the field, if the tires were not grooved properly, then there would not be friction and the tire would not move. It would just rotate there only because there is no friction. So instead, if you increase the groove of the tires, then it will have a proper grip on that wet land and it will move. So in that way, by making a grooved structure of a huge tires, you will increase friction so that the tire will move comfortably. In the same way, you might have observed the tires of cars and bikes also. The cars and bikes also, they too have traded wheels, because traded wheels help us to increase friction and we can drive comfortably. Sometimes you might have observed in a wet slopy land, the tire of a car, in a damp soil, the tire of a car rotating, not able to move on that or not able to come out of that, you might have seen. In that case, by laying a sand or putting some mud or putting some gravel, they will make the surface of the ground rough so that it will increase friction and the car can be easily moved from there. So to increase friction, tires are traded. Now, when you are riding a bicycle, you want to stop the bicycle, you will apply brakes. There is brakes there are rubber pads attached to the wheel of the cycle. When you are moving, the brakes are not applied, but when you are holding the lever of the brakes, then the brakes are applied. So what is happening there? That brake pads which are in contact with the wheels, they increase friction and in that way they are slowing down the motion of the cycle. So brake pads are used, or brake pads are applied to cycles to increase friction so that whenever required you can stop the cycle immediately or as per your convenience. So brake pads will help us to increase friction. And also children, you are all fond of sports, you might be watching kabaddi match. Have you observed in a kabaddi match, the players often keep on dabbing their hands with mud. They keep on dabbing, or they take the soil and rub the soil into the hands. They will be dabbing them so that they will get a proper grip of their opponent player who rides into their court. When they want to hold the rider, if their hands are wet, the proper grip is not possible. There is always a possibility that the player may slip off. So to avoid that, they will dab the soil into the hands. So by dabbing the soil to the hands, they are increasing the friction. It will help them to increase the friction, and they will be able to catch hold of the player comfortably. It will help them to hold the player. So only they will dab it. And also in gymnastics, when they are holding the rings, or when they are playing on the parallel bars, or when they are rolling on the gymkhana of a gymnastic, the player will also dab his hand with a powder so that he will get proper grip of the rings through it he is swaying, and also on the parallel bars when he is performing his gymnastics. And also you might have seen in gymnastics, to hold proper grip, or when they are even in weightlifting, you might have seen children, weightlifting. Players need to lift the weight, so they dab their hands with the powder so that it will help them to catch hold of the bar of the weightlifting. You might have seen there will be on either side weights will be added, and the weightlifter will be lifting the bar, and he will put it up, and then only he will be declared as winner when he is able to comfortably lift it up. So to increase friction, the weightlifters also will apply powder to the hand so that it will help them to have a proper grip. So by applying the powder, they are increasing friction here. You must observe. He is trying to increase friction so that there will be a proper grip. And also we will consider now how we need to reduce friction. In some cases, friction is undesirable. We don't require friction. More friction will be undesirable in some constant or some situations. So which are those situations where you need to reduce frictions are? You might have observed children, when playing carom board. When playing carom board, you spray powder on the board. Have you observed? Regularly you will spray the powder on the board, and you will see that your striker moves freely. You check that your striker is moving freely. Why is that so? You know, the carom board is made up of wood, and if the carom board is offering friction, the striker will not move properly. Then you are not able to aim at the coins, you are not able to strike the coins which you are aiming. So in that case, you need to reduce friction. So to reduce friction, you are going to spray powder on the carom board. So by applying powder, spraying the powder on the carom board, you are reducing friction. Why are you sprinkling? What is the aim of sprinkling powder on your carom board? Is to reduce friction. And also, my dear children, you might have seen sometimes the door hinges, there will be sound when you close the door, or sometimes you get the door hinges to be very tight, you will not be able to hold it. So what do you do in that time? Due to friction, there will be sound, or due to friction, it will be very difficult for you to open the door. In such cases, what do? We apply some grease, or we apply some oil to the hinges of the door. The hinges are, which is attached to the door, the hinges will attach the door to the frame. So to the hinges, you are going to apply oil or grease. So by applying oil or grease, you are reducing the friction. So why are you reducing the friction here? What is the necessity of reducing the friction here? if you reduce friction, the door moves freely. There won't be any cranking sound of the door. To reduce the cranking sound or the difficulty in opening the door was because of the friction in the hinges. So to reduce that, you will apply oil or grease. So door hinges. Now coming to the vehicles. Often the wheels of the vehicles will be greased. The vehicle wheels will be greased because due to continuous motion, whether it is the wheels of a vehicle or whether it is a pulley or whether it is a wheeled any machine parts which is moving, they need to be, even a sewing machine, you might have seen the sewing machine in your mother stitching, or in a tailor shop you might have seen the sewing machine. Even the sewing machine wheel will be rotating continuously. So for smooth movement of the smooth rotations to take place, the tailor will be applying oil to the wheel, okay, to the axle of the wheel he will be applying the oil. In the same way, for smooth movement of the wheel, grease will be applied. Why grease is applied is, the moving parts wear out due to friction. Also the moving parts, when they come into contact, they offer more resistance and they not move freely. To avoid that, that means they are increasing friction. To avoid the friction, we need to apply grease. So in that way we are going to reduce the friction. And the substance or the liquid what we are using to reduce friction in the machinery parts or in the wheels of a vehicle, we call it as a lubricant. We call it as a lubricant. So what is a lubricant? Lubricant is a liquid which or a substance which is applied for the hinges or between the axle of the wheels in order to reduce friction. So what is happening when you apply a lubricant? It is forming a layer, it is forming a oily layer, it is forming a oily covering, so that the surface becomes smooth and it will reduce friction. So in this way, by applying grease or applying oil, we will reduce friction, and the substance used to reduce friction, the oily substance used to reduce friction in a wheel or a machine part, we call it as a lubricant. And there will be certain machineries where you cannot apply this oily substance. So in such cases, to reduce friction, there will be a air cushion, there will be air gap maintained, air cushion maintained to reduce friction. So in this video, in this class, my dear children, we learnt how friction is an evil. Friction is a necessary evil. Friction, though it is undesirable, in some cases friction has to be there, and also in some constants we need to increase friction, and in some constants we need to reduce friction. So this was all discussed in your part 2 video of chapter 8, friction. In our next part, we will proceed with the further more concepts. Thank you, children.